Hey everyone, Rachel Prophet here. I'm a white female with reddish brown hair. Today it's pulled back in a tight bun. I am wearing a kind of floral shirt today that has orange and turquoise and white colors in it for spring. My pronouns are she, her. I'm in my office today with my epic sticker wall behind me as usual and Pico the penguin over here. And as usual, it's Wednesday, so I've got a new box. What do you say we dig in and see what's inside? This is a really big one. Today we have got landed costs for Dynamics 365 supply chain management. Why don't we take a closer look? The new landed cost module in Dynamics 365 supply chain management is designed to help enable organizations to increase their supply chain visibility and maximize their item profitability. Landed cost provides the ability to define shipments of inbound orders and track goods in transit throughout their entire journey. It also provides the power to calculate item costs associated with procurement and transportation based on a rich set of allocation rules. Now, this feature was in public preview starting in February and became generally available in April. Because this is an entire module and it's such a big feature, I'm not going to have hours today to teach you how to use it. So my goal is to arm you with the resources you need to get started with the landed cost feature. Let's take a closer look at some of that functionality. Now, the landed cost module is a brand new module that you'll find on the navigation pane in Dynamics 365 Supply Chain Management. This new module was acquired from an ISV partner that was available out on AppSource, but now is standard product. Like I said earlier, the new landed cost module is designed specifically for inbound shipping operations. You might be familiar with the transportation management module, which also offers inbound and outbound shipping operations. You can use the two modules together. However, we don't recommend that you use the two modules together for processing inbound operations. We suggest that you evaluate the functionality in both modules and select the one that makes the most sense for your business requirements. You can use the inbound operations from the landed cost module together with the outbound operations of the transportation management module. So, if you were part of the private preview or even the public preview, you're probably already familiar with the Yammer Group inside of the Insider program. And if you were a part of that preview, you might know that this was referred to as Project Maple before the functionality was released out to the public. So if you see references to Project Maple in the documentation or in the Yammer Group, Project Maple and the new landed cost module are one and the same. Now, there are 4 key things that you can use this new landed cost module to do. First is estimating the landed costs at the time of voyage creation. Now you might be going, what's a voyage? Well, in landed cost, a voyage is a distinct movement from an outbound location through a specific set of destinations over a specific time period to a specific inbound warehouse location. Purchase orders and their lines can be added to either a single container or multiple containers within a single voyage. And the costs will be correctly allocated back to each line item on that purchase order. Now, the second concept I want to talk about is the ability to apportion your landed costs to multiple items and purchase orders or transfer orders within a single voyage. This means that we can spread out or distribute those costs across many different lines, many different orders, and this includes both purchase orders and transfer orders. We also support the transfer of goods between physical locations by recognizing those landed costs. We also have the ability to recognize accruals for your goods in transit. Now, when we think about item ownership, this is a key concept when we have goods that are in transit. In some cases, if you're using an FOB shipping method, for example, you might actually take ownership of the goods at the time they leave the original port. And this is before they've been physically received in your warehouse. Now, typically with Dynamics 365 supply chain management, we don't record any physical transactions or financial transactions in your general ledger until a product receipt has been processed for your purchase order. Now, with the landed cost module, we're enabling you to invoice those goods before they have been physically received. And this is what we refer to as a goods in transit order. It creates a new type of order in the system to help you manage the receipt of goods after the original purchase order has been invoiced. Now, when we think about the costs are really important. And after all, it's called landed costs. When you create a voyage in the new landed cost module, your costs can be automatically added based on configurations that you define. These costs are set up inside of the landed cost module, and various cost options and cost bases are available for each of those costs that you define. Each cost can be set up for different levels of a voyage and apportioned to the different items throughout that order using appointment rules that support quantity, volume, weight, amount, and defined volumetric divisors. These estimated costs help to provide an accurate estimate of all the costs for a voyage. Now, these automatic costs that represent things like duty, freight, and insurance, for example, may not be the actual costs. So when you post a preliminary estimate for your shipment, the landed cost module will run a preliminary posting and accrues those estimated landed costs. Then later on, those costs are reversed, and once you have the actual costs, then we will make adjustments and the inventory transactions are updated automatically. And these transactions are updated directly on those inventory transactions. So when you view the inventory cost, you'll see the full cost, including the cost of the item, plus any added costs, again, like duty, freight, and insurance. All of your inventory model group posting types are supported. For moving average and standard cost posting, purchase price variance accounts will be used to post those differences between your estimated and your actual costs. Wardrobe change, just kidding, it's just a different day. Now I've got on a dark gray t-shirt that has a honeybee that is colored like the Colorado state flag where I live. Kind of taking a look at how to get started with the landed cost module, learning about it, and so on. First tip that I want to give you is enabling the feature inside of feature management. Just like all the other features in feature management, you're going to go into that workspace, select the feature, and click on enable. Now, when you enable the module, it's going to be empty, meaning that there's no data. So you're going to want some demo data if you want to play around with it, kind of see how it works. And we suggest that you do this in a development or test environment. And then, when you're ready to start configuring it for your needs, you can enable the feature in another environment without the demo data. But to get access to the demo data, you're going to need access to the Yammer site. To get access to the Yammer site for the Insider program, you're going to need to join the Insider program. If you're not already a part of the Insider program, you can get to that website by going to experience.dynamics.com/insider/enroll. I'll put that URL down in the description and the links down below so you can get to it very easily. Once you land on this page, if you've never logged in or registered before, you're going to want to click that register button and fill out all of those details that you see on that register page. You'll choose whether you want to enroll with a personal account or work account, and then you'll be taken through a wizard to answer a series of questions. Once you've been approved and you have access to the Insider program, then you can join the Insider program Yammer Group. When you're inside of Yammer, you'll want to join that group. If you're not already a part of that group, you can simply use the search bar up here to type in landed cost and find that group. I've already joined the group, so you can see I've got the little joined button here. If you haven't joined the group, you would just click that join button. Once you're in the landed cost Yammer group, what you're going to want to do is search. So in the search bar of the Yammer group, I'm going to type in ITM data. This is where you can see that data package. You can click on download, but I'm going to go ahead and click on this and show you we've got some additional files as well that you might be interested in, including a number of videos that you can see here. And if we scroll all the way to the bottom, there's also a user guide that you can download. If you want to download individual files, you'll just click on the ... or ellipsis of that file and then choose download. Once you've got the file downloaded, then you can go import that into Dynamics 365. And in my Dynamics 365 environment, I am going to navigate into the data management workspace. When you click on that data management workspace, it'll open up a new page. And what you're going to want to do is create an import package. So you'll click import, and then you'll give it a name and description and so on. And when you come down here to the bottom, you're going to use that add file button to browse to the file that you downloaded and import that file, and then make sure that you actually run the import. If you want more information about how to use the data management workspace, check out Docs, or we have a tech talk that's recorded that will go into great detail. Once you've done that, you'll actually have data now in the landed cost module that you can start using, and you'll be able to go into the landed cost module and start using the various pages. If you haven't uploaded that demo data, then when you open up the various pages, like all voyages here, you'll find it's empty. Once you've got the demo data, you will have some sample data in most of the screens throughout the module. So there you have it, a quick overview of what landed cost is all about and some resources to help you get started on your learning journey with landed cost. Be sure to like, subscribe, put your comments below. What do you want to see in my next video? And we'll see you next time on Dynamics 365 Unboxed.